Rob?
Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Rebellion, and I'm counting down till the release of Star Wars The Force Awakens. Today we're taking a look at Star Wars The Black Series. This is figure number 1 out of this particular Black Series line. It is of course Finn in his Jakku outfit. So depending when I upload this video, I'd like to get it uploaded in the morning. We'll see how my morning goes. Could be in the evening when you're watching this. However it pans out, 4 days away till the release of Star Wars The Force Awakens. Now, some people are going to probably correct me and goes, well, Rob, actually, technically, you can see it at midnight on Thursday. Well, technically, at midnight on Thursday, it is Friday. Now, some people were telling me that some theaters are going to be showing it as early as 7 p.m. on Thursday. There could be advanced screenings. I know some people over in the UK are going to get it a full day ahead of us here in the US. But as far as all the posters and everything that you see, say December 18th, that is how I'm counting this till the 18th, and that's also the night I am going to go see this movie. Finn has become the butt of every collector's joke. Not that he's a bad character or anything like that, but there are so many Finns on the shelf. It's a Finn overload. I still really think after this movie comes out, there are going to be people that are going to go out and go, I liked Finn in this movie. I want to go get a Finn action figure. Maybe, maybe not. John Boyega, I think, is going to deliver a really great performance. I don't know anything. I am still under the impression that they are going to do a bait and switch on us. We have seen images of Finn holding a lightsaber and using it against Kylo Ren and using it against a shock trooper. I think Finn is going to end up losing the lightsaber, or the lightsaber is going to go to somebody else. So we are 4 days away from the movie. I do not know anything. So you can go back to this video and go, hey, I think Rob made a prediction. I think Rey is going to end up with a lightsaber that Finn has. That she is going to be the Jedi and it's not going to be Finn. Or maybe Finn's going to be a Jedi as well. I really don't think it's going to be Finn as the Jedi. I think he is the one by happenstance that ends up with the lightsaber, and it gets bequeathed or it gets given to Rey as she is the one that the Force is going to be awakened in. I think it's a bait and switch. People are thinking, oh, the Force is going to be awakened in the Finn character. No, I don't. I've seen some rumors that maybe Finn is the one that Rey is kind of mourning over the loss of. I'm still under the impression ODC and I had made a guess that we're going to lose an original cast member. I think it's going to be Han or Chewie. My money is on Han, just out of the couple pictures we've seen of a very worn and kind of battered Rey piloting the Millennium Falcon with Chewie by her side. It's so interesting. I'm just sitting here with the figure. I haven't reviewed him yet. To be reviewing something that we don't know anything about. We really don't know much about John Boyega's character of Finn in this movie. We can look at the back of the box and get a kinda, sorta brief idea. I think we have a better idea of what's going to happen in Batman versus Superman than we do Star Wars, and I love that about it, that we don't know much. It says, Finn, a trained warrior, desperate to escape his past. Finn is plunged into an adventure, and his conscience drives him down, a trained warrior desperate to escape his past. Finn plunges into an adventure, and his conscience A trained warrior desperate to escape his past, Finn is plunged into adventure, and his conscience drives him down a heroic but dangerous path. So we know at some point, due to the figures that's coming out and what we've seen from the trailer so far, we know that the black outfit underlining Finn here, he was a First Order stormtrooper at some point. And like the box says, he has a conscience and realizes what he is doing is wrong. and is going to be trying to help the Resistance, hence his garb that he's wearing here. So this is a rather long intro. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here, and I'm kind of getting down to the point where I'm running out of new Black Series figures to review. So as we get down to the last couple days, we may be going to some old school Star Wars stuff here. I did pick this guy up. My wife had some Kmart cash, like a reward zone program, and I basically paid next to nothing for this guy. So that was really cool to be able to get him at a pretty good bargain. So Finn is out there everywhere, and I still believe Finn is going to be a character that people are going to look at and go, wow, I really like it. And I also think, this is just my opinion here, I think Finn here is related to another Star Wars character. Who's the only other black guy in Star Wars? Calrissian. I'm calling it. I don't know anything. I'm not reading spoilers. I'm not reading nothing. Do not put spoilers down in the comments or I will delete them. But I think his name could be Finn Calrissian. Kind of rhymes. So, I've been talking long enough here. Let's get Finn out of package and let's see how the Black Series Finn Jakku looks. And here is Finn out of package. A cool figure. I definitely like him. And you can kind of see where the stormtrooper parts of the outfit are. The interesting thing here is his white shoes or his beige shoes, and you can kind of see where they've painted it to look like he's been walking around in the deserts of Jakku, which looks very much like Tatooine, which, I mean, desert planet, I mean, that's the only other desert planet we've ever visited in Star Wars, so I think a lot of people assumed initially when the very first trailer came out, like, oh, that's Tatooine. I wonder if we'll go back to Tatooine at some point. Maybe not. Whole new universe, maybe we don't need to go back there. But I like him. Definitely resembles John Boyega. Very much. It's kind of a controversial character. He's being billed as the main lead. Some people think that he is going to be like the Luke Skywalker of the film. You know, you have a guy, just what little we know of him, it looks like he's been working with, I keep wanting to say the Empire, the First Order, and realizes that he's playing on the wrong team and needs to turn his life around and maybe make amends for what he's done or what he has done or what he knows what's going to happen. I think it's going to be the bait and switch, and I also think that a friend of mine says I think we're going to get Disney princessed. Because it's Disney, and we really haven't had a female lead other than Carrie Fisher, I think we're going to find out we're going to get our first female Jedi in Rey. So, I don't know. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. And not to say that John Boyega, Finn, Poe, and Rey aren't going to be the three main characters that we're going to follow for this trilogy. I believe they are. But I think their roles are going to be flip-flopped of who is going to be of importance. So I'd like to pick up Rey still. I have Poe. I'll get to Poe in a second. I was initially trying to get the X-Wing pilot Poe, as it were. But when I got there, he was gone. So, of course, there's a million Finns on the shelf. He does come with what I'm guessing is going to be the Resistance blaster rifle, which is very similar, at least in the front. Here is Poe's blaster rifle. The front tip is the same, and just the stock and the part of the barrel. So we don't know much about these yet, but I'm assuming these are their weapons. We have his Resistance jacket, which I'm kind of curious, as he crashes the TIE Fighter, does he have this jacket on? I've got Poe's figure up here, so we've got him in his Resistance garb, which the jackets are very much the same. So I'm wondering, are these jackets identical, meaning Poe is wearing this at one point and gives it to Finn, or does Finn find it? It looks like he pulls it out of the TIE Fighter. Like after he crashes, he takes off all of the Stormtrooper paraphernalia and garb off, and is in his black bodysuit and puts on this jacket. So I can't wait to get all these questions answered, but he's detailed very well, sculpted really good. Let's take a look at his articulation here of a character we don't know much about yet. His head looks left to right, looks down very well, looks up very well, so a very articulated head on Finn. Arms go all the way around, goes up to a full 90 degrees. This is the odd thing on what Hasbro decided to do. The elbow swivel, bends at the elbow, twist at the wrist, hinge at the wrist, very slight. Has the upper diaphragm swivel, ab crunchy. Legs go forward and can go out about that far. Has the upper thigh cut and double jointed knees, ankle hinge, and ankle rocker. Now, I don't have any other good guys other than the two that I have here, so I don't have a lightsaber for him, with the exception of my Star Wars Force Unleashed statue figures. So this comes off of Obi-Wan's statue. So I could potentially just place it in his hand and it would look like the lightsaber if I can get his hand up there kind of correct. Even though I don't have the full hilt, at least I can kind of sort of create that until maybe I come across a lightsaber or I can get one made. So what I'd like to do, we'll bring up Poe here. We'll look at it, the two good guys that I have side by side. I'm curious to know, I would assume that these guys were obviously probably enemies, or maybe they were friends. One decided to join the First Order, the other decided to join the Resistance. Now they're fighting against each other. They have the look in the trailer of, hey, now we're on the same side, we've got to do this. So I'm just curious of what their reaction is with each other. Let's see what Finn looks like with Kylo Ren. We have, before we get to Kylo Ren, we have our first shot of a stormtrooper, a riot trooper with his baton that can fend off against a lightsaber, a wielding lightsaber, a force sensitive, a Jedi, whatever you want to call it. But this is one of the first times we've seen a lightsaber go head to head with somebody else other than a Jedi, and the person being able to fight somebody with a lightsaber. So that intrigues me on a level also. And to know that these troopers are not going to be the clumsy troopers that can't hit anything, I think that's also going to give Finn an edge too, that the training that he's going to be able to have to fight maybe with the lightsaber, if he's the one that's going to be trained as a Jedi, or however that's going to play out, that the troopers were trained. So it's going to be interesting to see Finn go up against basically his own team. So, okay, now let's see what he looks like with Kylo Ren. I mean, can't you wait to see how this pans out? I think I'm doing a little bit different take on the scene that we saw really briefly in the trailer. I think this is going to be the moment. I think we've seen another shot in like Entertainment Weekly or something like that, that Rey is with Finn on the Starkiller base when they come across Kylo Ren. So I think it's probably going to be at this point in the film that Kylo Ren, because it looks like Finn is very unprepared to fight Kylo Ren. I think he's either going to get hurt or he's going to get the lightsaber knocked out of his hand, and that's going to be the moment for Rey's character to probably pick it up or have it or do whatever it is she's going to do. I can't wait. In 4 days, I'm going to have the answer to that question. And then probably so many more questions after that. So, yeah, these two look really good together. Final thoughts on this guy. I think Finn looks great as a character, as a figure. He's really good. I'm really surprised at the amount of Finns that they are putting out. I think it's a bait and switch. I think it's one of those that either they're trying to flood the market with Finns, like, hey, look, this is going to be the guy, this is going to be the guy, and it's going to turn out to be Rey. I think the billing is going to go it's going to go Rey, Finn, Poe, or maybe it's going to be Rey, Poe, then Finn. Who knows? Or we could lose Finn before he even gets any farther in the series. I highly doubt it, because I think these three characters, Finn, Rey, and Poe, are going to be our new Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Princess Leia. So I'm eager to see the relationships with all of them, and nothing is going to excite me more to sit in the theater and just see the Star Wars logo and hear the Star Wars fanfare, and can't wait to see how all these relationships are going to play out. Today we've been taking a look at Star Wars The Black Series, figure number 1 of this particular line of Black Series figure from Star Wars The Force Awakens. We've been taking a look at Finn, Jakku, and as always, this is Rob for Rob's Rebellion saying we will see you guys tomorrow when it'll be 3 days till The Force Awakens. We'll see you tomorrow.